What's up guys, Dreadmer here, and this is Thursday on Real Deals. It's also the last week that I'm going to be out of town, which means I can go back to editing my own videos again, which is going to be great. I'm in this shower because that's the best place to film videos. If you didn't know, YouTube tip, write that one down. Anyway, this week we're talking about high school experiences, and I have like 5 million of them, but I'll share one with you. That's it's sort of embarrassing. I don't know. My high school experience really was like 50-50. Like the first 2 years of high school, freshman and sophomore year, I was made fun of, the loser, awful. I didn't want to go to high school. It was the worst time of my life. It was freshman and sophomore year of high school. Nobody liked me. It was terrible. Anyway, we moved. I switched high schools, and at the new high school, I immediately became awesome. For whatever reason, people liked me there. They treated me differently, they were nice to me, and junior and senior year were some of the best years of my life. I made a lot of friends, I had so much fun, I went to 2 proms, it was great. But it was also, senior year was also the year that I ever first tried ditching. I was pretty much a good kid. I never ditched school, I never, did anything like that that made me get suspended. I got into a couple fights, but other than that, I was a pretty good kid, so ditching for me was a big deal. But I had met this girl, and she was my girlfriend at the time. We had just started dating for about 2 months, I could say, and we were hanging out at lunch, and we were going to our 6th period, but I didn't have a 6th period. I just had classes 1 through 5th, and then I was free after that. She did, and so I didn't tell her that, but I suggested that we keep hanging out and maybe just go somewhere and hang out. And for me, it wasn't really ditching, but for her, it would have been because she did have class. So she's like, yeah, sure. So we go to the football field, we crawl, like an army crawl, under this gate, and after I get underneath, she is following me, and we hear this golf cart pull up from behind us, and we're like, oh my god, it's so bad. We're gonna get caught and then go to high school jail. But we didn't. But she can't, we didn't go to high school jail, but we did get caught. So the lady comes on the golf cart, she pulls up all angry with her sunglasses and her walkie-talkie and the big keychain that they don't need. They're not on, for what? There's like 6 gates, maybe around every school. Like, they're big gates, so you don't need 1 million of them. Why would you have 1 million? And they have like 1 billion keys. I don't know. Anyway, so she gets out of her car and she's got her walkie-talkie and whatever. The kids are being bad. She's like, all right, if you guys are supposed to be leaving, show me your ID that says you can leave after 5th period. And so when she asked for our IDs, our school IDs, I showed her mine, and my girlfriend showed her hers, and she looked at mine, and she's like, oh, you can go. And she had took my girlfriend and said, you cannot. And she put her in the golf cart, and they drove off, and I just see my girlfriend's hair flying in the wind as she's driving away with this girl, and I'm like, they're able to leave, and I felt so bad. So bad. You know how awful it feels to see your girlfriend get taken to the principal's office when you were totally allowed to leave? And I wasn't even doing anything wrong. I made it seem like I was ditching too, but I wasn't. I wasn't even ditching. Oh man, that made me like the worst boyfriend ever. That was awful. I feel bad about that. I called her after and I brought her flowers. I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that we would get caught. And so, yeah, it was a pretty bad situation. But she forgave me. We ended up being together for like 2 years after that, so it was totally fine, but that was my high school ditching story. I guess it's ditching, I don't know. I didn't really ditch, but anyway, that was, I like that story because it kind of sums up all of my experiences in high school, because in the first 2 years of high school, I would have never done that, but in my last 2 years of high school where people actually liked me, I was taking a lot more chances, I was doing things like that, I was being the cool guy, and that was kind of the cool thing to do, so yeah, I have a lot more experiences like that. Anyway, hope you guys are having fun with these high school experiences. Share your own in the comments if you want below. Nathan's video is going to be tomorrow on Friday, and hopefully I'll see you guys next Thursday where I can edit my own things, because that'll be awesome. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me for a few minutes. If you could please like, subscribe, and be super supportive, that would be awesome. And I'll see you guys next Thursday. Okay? Bye! 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 Bye!